Welcome back to the deep dive. We've got an interesting source today, an astrological forecast for April 13th, 2025.
That's right. It's from Tarot by High C, looking at the astrology of the day, and a big one, Venus turning direct in Pisces.
Okay, so our mission, as always, is to really dive in, figure out the main energies discussed here and what they might actually mean for today and, well, the next few weeks.
hmm And this one gives us two clear themes. Really, there's the immediate vibe for April 13th itself,
Like the day's emotional weather forecast?
pretty much. And then there's the bigger picture shift with Venus going direct. That's more about relationships long term, or at least for the next few weeks.
Got it. So let's start with the day itself, April 13th. The forecast points to emotional intensity and wanting authentic connection.
Yes, a real drive for depth. But interestingly, it also flags that secrets may come out.
Huh. So, wanting truth might actually bring out hidden truths, even difficult ones.
That seems to be the idea. Like that push for authenticity could, shake things loose, things that were maybe hidden under the surface.
Okay, makes sense. But it also warns about feeling irritable and restless, and this leading to maybe sudden emotional outbursts.
Yeah, it suggests a kind of internal friction. You might see where the problem is, where the tension's coming from.
But you can't quite fix it, or not right away.
Exactly. That gap between seeing it and resolving it could make things feel quite edgy, hence the potential for outbursts.
Which is probably why it advises against obsessing and pushing too hard.
Precisely. Trying to force a resolution when the energy isn't right. That could backfire.
Right. And it even mentions that these intense feelings, if unchecked, might turn into something like possessiveness or manipulation. Wow.
It's a strong warning, yeah.
Yeah.
It really emphasizes being conscious of how you're wielding your emotional energy. Power dynamics seem quite important today.
So the takeaway is feel the feelings, definitely, but be super mindful about how you express them. Don't let them drive the bus, so to speak.
That's a good way to put it. And then later in the day, there might be this shift
Oh, yeah.
towards feeling more introverted and withdrawn. The advice is basically to allow that, to just be with ourselves and sit with our feelings.
Like a cool down period after all that intensity, maybe necessary.
Could be a chance to process, perhaps, before we get into the next phase.
Which brings us perfectly to Venus direct in Pisces. That starts April 13th too, right? But it lasts longer.
Yes, through April 30th. And this is described as a major shift from reflection to forward motion.
Okay, so the thinking and reviewing phase is over.
Pretty much. The recent Venus retrograde was all about that reviewing, reevaluating desires, connections, what you really want.
hmm
Now, with Venus moving direct, it's time to act on those insights.
The forecast says it's time to decide and take a stand for the life we deserve. And I like this part. The past is no longer in control. Feels quite liberating.
It really does. It's about looking ahead, defining the future you want in your relationships,
Hmm.
whether that's improving existing ones or
Or maybe starting new ones based on what you learned during the reflection time.
exactly. It's about taking those desires you clarified and starting to, build towards them, moving forward intentionally.
So let's try and tie it together. Today, April 13th, might feel emotionally intense, maybe even a bit volatile. Secrets could emerge. We need awareness.
Right. Mindfulness is key for the day itself.
But stepping back, the bigger energy shift starting today with Venus Direct is actually really positive and forward-looking, especially for relationships. It's about building the future.
You've got it. Navigate today's choppy waters with awareness, but keep your eye on the horizon where Venus is encouraging you to actively shape your relational future.
So for everyone listening, maybe think about that connection. Could any emotional intensity or revealed secrets today actually clarify what you need to take a stand for in your relationships as Venus moves direct? Food for thought.
Definitely something to sit with.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.